Checkity check. Hello, everyone. I am very excited to be here today. Thank you for the delay and staying with me. Okay, we have a little bit different kind of training today. Usually I go through and set you up with how to do the first part of the Money Mamas, but today you get something very special. We are actually going through 3 ways to set up and get ready with Money Mamas. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, stick with me because I have something extremely exciting to share with you. Up until this point, I have been focusing on one avenue of how to get people into generating money online. And there have been some, I'm not going to say setbacks, but some delays with that method. And so rather than quitting or rather than having people say, well, forget it, then this doesn't work, which is pretty much what everybody, or I'm going to say 99% of people do when they start working to make money online. They find a method, they hit a hiccup, they say, this doesn't work, this is a scam, I'll never do it again, this is so stupid. Well, guess what? We're not going to do that because we have big goals. We have things that we are going to do this year that we have never been able to do this year. And I put me in the we. We are all this giant we of people, us money mamas who are ready to step up and do something a lot bigger than wondering if there's enough money to pay the rent and the car and get groceries. Oh, and maybe buy myself something nice. Yeah, right. Do you ever notice, I don't know if you do this, but I go into a store and it's like so easy to spend money on kids and, you know, buy a new toy here, buy a new toy there. I try to say no a lot, but I actually probably don't say no enough. But I go in the store for me and I am like penny pinching. I'm not sure which. I do not like spending money on myself. So anyway, I think it'd be nice for me to have some lovely things. So here is what we're going to do today. Normally I have my my PowerPoint and we go through that, and typically it's a little bit blurry, but you get all the information you need. We are going to do that, but in a little more freestyle way where I'm going to be showing you notes and talking you through things. So I am hoping that my screen is at least clear enough that you'll be able to see what I am doing. And let me see if anybody is ready to say hello in the chat box. Hello in the chat box. But there's going to be 3 action steps for you to take today. And I will lead you and tell you exactly in what order to do those, okay? So we are going to do 3 action steps, and then you're going to join Money Mamas on Facebook, and then you are going to continue making this the year that you become completely financially free, debt-free, and just writing the life that you want, right? I want to ride my life like a big wave. I want my life to be this wave of just greatness. So while I am talking, seeing what's up, thank you everyone who is attending live. Hello, I know Amy's here. Typically, thank you, Amy. Typically, I see a lot more people asking about replays than live, but that does not bother me because I like helping people, even if they can't make it live. So I appreciate when you can. Okay, let's look into this. The thing that happens in online money making is sometimes there's hiccups, and it might have to do with the person who or the company that you're working with, and it might have to do with something totally different. Up until this point, I have been showing you a revenue share model using MPA, My Paying Ads. And that was actually working extremely stellar for me and anybody that jumped on in like October, November, and then in December, late December, which was very unfortunate for a lot of people, PayPal decided they needed to do a massive review. They did a massive review of a lot of companies, but MPA happened to be one of them. And guess what? We are still in review. That is not good. That's not good for a lot of people. And a lot of people are like, well, wait a second. I thought this was going to be the way that I was going to make my money this year. And now I'm mad and none of this works. But I'm not taking that approach. I'm actually not taking this never works. This is a terrible idea. What did I do with myself? No, Because if you're smart, and I know you are, you're going to see how much bigger this can get than what it has been. And you're not going to say, well, it didn't work once, because actually that's not even true. What's happening is a review. This is not a company termination. This is not that your money is gone. And I've seen a lot of people saying, oh, well, you know, I put my $200 or $500 into MPA and I'm so upset because now I have nothing. That's not true. You actually don't have nothing. What you have is a very, very slow growing savings account right now. And I know that's a bad analogy, but a very low growing savings account right now that has a maturity rate where you can't take it out. So basically you're stuck with MPA. And up until about, yesterday and the day before, I was okay with that. I actually was okay with waiting it out, but I'm not anymore. And the reason I'm not is because it might be another 2 weeks, and I don't want to wait another 2 weeks to be able to start really seeing money and showing you how to do it too. So the problem with doing online rev share, sorry, I'm making some changes before I do the screen share, trying to make sure it's big enough so you can see. The reason I am making a reason I want you to be careful is because there actually can be, just like any industry, companies that don't honor and don't provide what they say they're going to provide, and you end up losing your money. And I have a friend who says, I will never do rev share because I tried it and it didn't work. I don't believe that's what's happening here. I do not believe that. What I believe is that we now have found a way to branch out and really make our money work. Okay, so I'm sure you're ready to see this. And if you're coming on for the first time, I really highly recommend that you watch one of the previous replays to get the full overview picture, because today we're jumping into how to get yourself making money online using rev shares that work, not ones that are not going to work, right? Yeah, that makes total sense. Let's use the ones that work and not the ones that don't work. Right, Erin, good one. Okay, so I want to show you now what we want to look for when we're looking for a good rev share. Okay, so let me find that. And there are some criteria that you definitely want to look into. The first one is, well, obviously, like how long the rev share has been around. And some of them are earlier, or some of them have not been on as long as others. But what is this? Sorry. Oh, there it is. Sorry. My notes are everywhere. Okay. Got it. So anyway, ask yourself, are they past their pre-launch, and do they have a steady daily growth rate of members? The ones I'm showing you today are all yes, yes, and yes. How many members does it have? Well, everyone I show you today is going to have over 100,000 members. We want, at least a minimum of 60,000 to look into these, or else you're really not going to have a big enough pool to be actually generating money. Does it have more than one payment processor? Now, unfortunately, PayPal, just the way they're revising their own terms, is affecting how people run business. What I've heard about MPA is that it's not an end and dead deal, but it's going to take a lot longer for them to review than they initially thought. So first it was like a day, and then 2 days, and then it was 5 days, and then it was 2 weeks. Then I really, really, really thought that they were going to hit the okay and push, go. Basically, I've been saying we're like in a plane sitting on the tarmac, not going anywhere. This plane is supposed to take off, and we know it is, and we've been drumming our fingers for long enough. I am buying another plane ticket. Yeah, that's what we're doing today. But so there are multiple payment processors. I have not had anybody have problems with the one called Payza, P-A-Y-Z-A. And I kind of recommend that you would go and open one of those accounts too. I know you've probably been faithful to PayPal, as I have been, but I am ready to take what I have and really move it to the next level, which means I'm going to have to branch out and perhaps, hate to say it, ditch PayPal for a while. That just might be what happens. Well, not exactly ditch PayPal, because PayPal will still be, can I move this? No. There we go. PayPal will still be what I do my primary business on, but now I'm recognizing that when I want to do online money making, I think Payza is probably a better way to go. It's scary to us because we've never heard about it before, perhaps. People who use it are doing fine. The next thing I want to think about are, can you get support from the admins if you have issues? If there's not good admin support, then you do not want to join that rev share. Are they transparent about their payouts? And can you see proof on the website that they're paying out daily? Again, once I go through all of these, you're going to see that I have highly trusted, really good revenue share models that you can trust. Even though MPA is in a Slack, I don't distrust it. I don't call it a scam. I do not believe that's what the admin, I read their board every day. They are clearly working on something behind the scenes to get everybody paid. This is not something that they were going to jump in and jump out of. They want to make money. So anyway, is the setup to earn a healthy percentage of your money, but keeping the portion to go back into the earning pool. That's important. That's important that money goes back into the earning pool, because you don't want to have someone come in, drop in $10,000, all of a sudden decide that they want to take out, all $15,000 that they want that day and delete the pool. So as long as there's a healthy in and out where there's money going back into the pool, and typically how rev shares work is you put your money in and it is going to mature at a rate that is, or at a amount that is higher than what you put in. You are always making money off of your money. As long as you are purchasing into the revenue share, and typically these have to do with watching ads and people's advertisement. So as long as you are rebuying advertisement, you are putting your money, and other people are putting their money back into the earning pool that will be redistributed to everybody equally depending on how many shares you have, and you will be making money. The biggest variable is how much money is in the pool at any one time, because the money is going to be divided amongst everybody evenly. And I don't mean like everybody gets the exact same percent, but depending on what amount of shares you have in the pool at that time, you are going to be getting a bigger or smaller amount of money. However, the more money there is in there, the more each of those shares is worth. Very typical, or very similar to stock market, where if each share is worth 0.0001 cents, you're not making much. But if every share is worth 10 cents or $1 or $2, well, then everybody's making money, even if you have 1% or 10% or 20%. Is there a place on Facebook or somewhere else where mutual support amongst other members in rev shares can be found? That's another important thing. Can the people be found on Facebook? Now, the friend I have that was having trouble, and it said that things folded in her rev share that she tried. They never had a Facebook group. They never had any sort of administration that you could get a hold of. And all of these, I know for a fact, have extremely transparent, extremely highly involved administration that want their businesses to keep going. And very important, like I said, is that there's a maximum daily withdrawal limit set. You need that. You need that. So let's go in. I know, I'm sure you're dying to see what the heck I'm talking about. Okay, so we already have MPA. The next one I'm going to show you is one that you may not have even heard of before. It is called Fort Ad Pays. And oops, let me get to my screen share. Let me make sure chat is pretty quiet. So let's get to my screen share so you can see what I am talking about. Okay. So you will be able to see my screen. Let's make sure that that is big enough. And I will make sure that you have all the links you need in order to do this correctly. Okay. Okay. So MP is our first one. And I want to show you what fortadpays.com looks like. We are going to call it FAP. FAP. When I first logged in, it was in Spanish, and if you push this first flag, it turns to English. Okay, so that first flag turns to your English language. And unless you speak Spanish, and then you'll want it in Spanish. Okay, what's wonderful about this, what's wonderful about FortAdPays is that you get a lot of interesting things that come with it. I don't want, oh, document, okay. Good, you can see it. Okay, there's my referral number. I'll make sure that everybody has that. My reference is 89386, and my username is still biz. Oops, come on, type for me. That'd be nice. There we go. Not bio. Biz Aaron. There, now I can type. Biz Aaron. And if it doesn't show Biz Aaron, you're going to be put under somebody else, just like any other one. And you need to make sure that you're under me so that we are all growing together, so that you are being guided correctly. Okay, so let's talk about why this is such a cool model. So as you know, my paying ads was my first choice, but here's what the benefits are of starting with FAP, or FortAdPays. FAP. Can I just call it FAP? I'll call it FAP. Here's what's interesting. The first thing is there's a $10 minimum to get in, so it's a very low overhead. The second thing is that the payout is up to $3,200 a day. $3,200. And here's how that works. And actually, I need to make this say 10. The reason it's $3,200 a day is because they do have a maximum of $800, but you can request $800 4 times a day. How cool is that? How cool is that? You can also earn up to 10 levels down on referrals. MPA is 1 level down. This is 10 levels down on referrals. I'll have to get you a little more information on what the actual percentage breakdowns are, but you get 10 levels down on referrals. If you know and you're familiar with MPA, then you will know that MPA has a 30-70 split, which is actually good for them because that means that they are putting most of the money back into the revenue share, into the pool, so that there's always a good, solid fund of money coming in. However, with this one, you get a 50-50 cash and repurchase balance. Check that out. Pretty great. This one launched in November 11th of 2014, so they've been going on and they've been going on for, you know, over a year now, and it's only 4 ads per day. So mainly they use Payza. It's been very interesting. My colleague who showed me this, who is in my upline, she started, now let me make this chart a little nicer for you. She started with 500. She started putting in at 500. So what happens when you start with 500? Let me show you. So this is projected growth in daily available cash at the 50%. So after 30 days, 60 days, let me see if I can get this chart. There we go. I told you we're kind of winging it today, but I had so much information to show you and such a nutty day. And, you know, I might be more prepared but I'm not. I had to go get a rental car because my car was rear-ended on the freeway in Los Angeles. Well, actually in December, it's been in the shop for 4 weeks now, and I still don't have a car. So I had to go get a rental car. Whatever. There was a lot to deal with today, but I'm still super excited to show this to you. Okay. With FAP, let's imagine at a 500 level, a 1,000 level, or a 2,000 initial investment. And sometimes I feel a little funny like sharing this, that, oh my gosh, I've already put in money with you, Erin, or not with me, but I've already invested in something you told me about. Now you're telling me to do something else. Well, just think about if you were going to put 500 into my paying ads. Now you have another option. And I will get you my link. Let me see if I can, where can I put that? I will put it in the chat box. But recognizing that you're not live, I will make sure that it goes out on, that it goes out to everybody in the replay. Okay. So let's look at this earning model because this is pretty exciting. So with a $50, $1,000, or $2,000 initial purchase, and this is projected growth in available cash withdrawal. This is not putting in referrals, okay? So after the first 30 days, your initial cash out, if you started with just $500, is $8.88. At the 2,000 level, you're taking out $35 a day after 30 days. So what is that? That is, you're making about $1,000 after the first month. That's your cash out. After 60 days, you can see that that basically doubles. After 90 days, that doubles again. After 120 days, do you see every 30 days it doubles? So by the end of 269 days, let's say about 9 months, look at what your cash is coming out. The max daily out will be withdrawing the $3,200 per day with the $500 initial investment after 328 days. So a little over a year, about let's say 13 months, you will be able to take out $3,200 a day, and you just started with 500. Do you know what $3,200 a day is? Get your calculators out. Quick, get your calculator out. Let's get our calculators out. Let's just say you only did this and you had 3,200 and you were like very good about putting your money back in. And after 328 days, 3,200 times 365, you are making over $1 million. That's right. This one in a year, you can be making over $1 million with just starting with 500. Crazy. That is wonderful. If you're ready to go to 1,000, after 293 days, you'll be making your money. And with 2,000, it's after 258. So it cuts off some days. Again, this is a results not typical calculator. This is a projection of what could happen, but it is pretty solid based on their numbers of the 50-50 and what can happen to your money. This is also a solid company that was highly recommended and highly researched. So I want you to know that rather than going out and just kind of poking around at what's out there, you actually have some really good info. Okay, let me take this. What am I doing? Oh, I'm typing all over cuckoo. I'm so excited and I don't want to spend too much time. I want you to get out and start doing things. Okay. So the other one that I want to share with you, and if you've heard of FAP, like points to you, because this one has kind of been in hiding. And again, when I first logged on, my site was in Spanish. And I don't know if that was for any other reason than the person who sent me the link had it in Spanish, but don't think that it's only in Spanish. You can easily change the language by going to the flags at the top of the page. English is the first flag, and I'm kind of embarrassed to say I don't recognize which flag that is, but it's obviously an English-speaking country. I cannot recognize the flag, though. Yeah, nice, right? Okay, So the other one that I have been talking about is triple threat. And triple threat is wonderful. And it was turning some people off because they have a $10 a month, they call it a membership fee. But if you think about what you're putting in, it's more coming back to you than going out. So I don't really think a $10 membership is going to hurt you, especially when I show you how quickly triple threat returns. This is why you want this one in your portfolio, because it is so fast. Okay, it is so fast. So great. When you go and I think you can just change the sponsor name. When you go to triple threat, it's Biz Erin again. I'm still just Biz Erin. And so that will be how you can always find me. But like I said, this one, the reason I was getting very excited about it is because it pays out fast. And there is a strategy involved, and it's a bit different than the other ones because you aren't watching the amount of shares or ad packs you have, and you're paying attention to the dollar amount of the earnings. But once you reach 2,400, you can start withdrawing the max daily, which is currently 100, but you can actually make that back in 4 to 6 weeks, and that's pretty impressive. And pulling $100 out daily in the next 4 to 6 weeks, making your $3,000 a month in 4 to 6 weeks. One of the strategies I want to talk about is actually using triple threat to fund your other rev shares that have bigger payouts, but they take longer to mature and get you there. But if you put your money first into triple threat, get that money flowing, start getting the money back, then you are going to see that you're now going to have money like $3,000 a month if you wanted to really do this. If you wanted to really be aggressive, you would take your $3,000 that you're making from triple threat and you would put it back into MPA and back into FAP. That would be your strategy. How amazing is that? Have your money making money for you by making money, and put 40%. Oh, so this is, $100 day out, but put 40% aside for taxes, 30% to fund the other 2 revenue shares, and 30% to use towards debt, lifestyle, and savings. So that is a really solid way of doing this. Sorry, I should look at my own notes, right? So that is one thing. Also, there is definitely people using triple threat. Started with 500 and in less than 30 days had completely made all that money back in cash. Okay. This one is fast. In fact, it's so fast that I believe the pool one, the level 1 ad shares mature after 3 days. So you kind of have to stay on it. But we will go more into depth in how to exactly use triple threat on a different video. This video is your overview of how to get things going. So in triple threat, let me make sure we're still on. Great. In triple threat, you have the $10 minimum purchase, and you get up to $100 to a day, or I'm sorry, $2,000 per month. Okay, pays out Monday through Friday. Sorry, I misquoted. I was thinking 3,000, but this is 2,000 per month. So you might think, well, that is not a lot, but you get that 2,000 pretty quickly. So it's a very fast turnaround from the time you put your seed money in into the time you're paid out. Check this out. My upline, this is from my colleague, was pulling out $100 per day by day 8 after 1 week making the money back. So the monthly fee is $10, but don't worry, because that helps keep the rev share stable and the money in the pot. And look at that. You can use it as a business write-off. So do not be afraid of $10 a month. We're not counting, I'm going to use a mixed metaphor here. We're not counting small chickens here. You want to think of $10 as like
nothing, because when you are pulling $100 out a day, $2,000, your $10 is 1/2%. So you are really barely putting any money in, but think about how stable that makes it. And you only need a total of 2,400 in share earnings to be pulling out the max daily. Only 10 banners to surf per day, unless you're buying higher price shares. Oh, okay. And then it's 15 to 20, but later we'll explain why there's no need to buy the higher price ones. And the cash payout is 70/30. Do you see that? So it's opposite of MPA. Instead of getting 30% cash and 70% back into the repurchase, you get 70% cash and 30 back into the repurchase. And their main processor is Payza. Triple Threat went through the very same review process that MPA is going through right now. They went through it, was it last year or the year before? And they decided to just dump PayPal. This, I believe, Triple Threat is going on its second year, maybe more. So they are doing really well, and it's stable and it's fast. So as you can see, every one of these is going to do something different for you. You might wonder, why would you stay with MPA then? You would stay with MPA because it is growing so rapidly, and once they get turned back on, the amount of shares that are the amount of money in the pool is going to continue to grow. And while it's a little more conservative, you do get that $750 a day, every day, 24 hours a day. Yeah, 7 days a week. So they are pulling money out for you every day, not just Monday through Friday. And you put that also into your FAP, and now you have double whammy. You have two different places making your money work. So if you had $1,000, and I know a lot of us don't, but if you had money to start, where would you start? What would you do first? You'd get, well, first of all, let me go back. First of all, the first thing you're going to do is grab your accounts at all three of these. Any of them that you are missing, go get them. Get your Triple Threat with WAHM. Get your FAP, Fort Ad Pays, with your WAHM, the reference 89386. And of course, get your MPA, and this is the one I already have the short link for. But I already had somebody sign up and it didn't go to me. So I have checked this link, Money Mama, so many times, and it definitely goes to 77546, which is WAHM. You need to do this because then you are joining our community and you are going to learn how to use these things and even add more. I'm not going to add any more for a couple months unless something crazy comes up, but I don't want you to start feeling spread thin, because the worst thing you can do for yourself is give up. The worst thing you can do, let me put all of these on the screen so that if you're watching this later, you can just pause. Whoops. Sorry, I'm such fumble fingers. I'm so excited. I think I'm being too goofy. Okay, let me get all three of these links on the screen for you. And, like I said, this was pretty short today. But I want you to have this strategy. At these three, because these rev shares are not going away, and they are going to create revenue for you more likely than other ones. I wish I could use more exact language, but that would be irresponsible. So there are no guarantees. There is never a guarantee that you are going to make money. But based on evidence, you are more likely to make money. What did I just do? You are more likely to make money and to have a really good return, and not only profitable, but also, I think, very satisfying for yourself way of earning money online that as the quote I just heard was, who knew making online was so doable? Who knew making money online was so doable? That's what we're doing. We're making this doable. So let me just make sure that you can see this. I'll just make this one smaller. Sorry, like, I don't know if any of you are like a creative person and I like my fonts all match up. And this one clearly doesn't. But I'm just going to have to deal, right? I'm just going to have to deal. 3 different colors, no problem. The thing I'm worried about is that it may or may not show up clearly on the replay. So if there is a problem, then I need you to let me know so that I can, excuse me, I can get those. So you can pause. Those are your 3 assignments though. Sign up for MPA, sign up for Fort Ad Pace, and sign up for Triple Threat. All 3 are free. All 3 will not cost you anything to get on. And once you do that, we are going to start talking about Triple Threat. Okay. That is our next thing. We are going to do a full how to use Triple Threat and how to make the most of it. Because like I said, the strategy is a little different. So that's your homework right now. If you want to, there's 2 other things. Sorry. Payza. Get your Payza account. Start looking into that. Get your Payza account because you will definitely be able to transfer money into all of these and get paid with all of these. The other really good option is Bitcoin. They all use Bitcoin. Bitcoin is very reputable, as you know, and Bitcoin is another great way to go. So I personally am going to start with Payza, and I believe that you may, once you start, get a hold on your account if you're trying to transfer a lot of money in or out, and they're going to ask for further identification that it's you. But take that as added precautions and not something that is going to stop you. The worst thing you can do at this point, especially when you've started putting money in, is to say, forget it, I'm not doing this, and start something new. Of course, you can start something new, but what I'm asking you to do in your whole business model is like 30 minutes of your day. For 30 minutes, you will be pulling in, your future holds millions of dollars in potential income. And like I said, make it very clear, there are no guarantees, that you are not guaranteed profits with any of these models. I am showing you things that I believe at this time and place to be solid business models based on the research that I have and based on what I know about the revenue share industry. You can feel comfortable trusting these companies. I do not have any other companies listed on here at this point. Okay. And if you have another one that you use, I cannot vouch for it. And I probably can't even help you with it either. But these are the 3 that I want you to start with and look at. And when you have these, then you know what? Get your Payza account and let's start making money. Also, don't forget to go to Money Mamas on Facebook. There's a link at oh, is it yeah. Bitdo, no, sorry. Money Mamas Live. Sorry, bizrankpro.com/Money Mamas Live. That link will have the direct link to the Facebook group. If you can't find me, remember my name is Erin Smilkstein, and I am your host on this incredible journey. And if you've already joined Money Mamas, then congratulations, because I don't believe this will be a free program for the rest of the year. You are getting on now, but I will start showing this as a paid model of how to really get in and get this training that is so valuable to really make your money make money. All right. Yes, let's do this, ladies and gents. Let's make money this year and make this our year that we are finally relaxed without having to check into our bank accounts every time we want to go somewhere. And thank you. So, any questions? I think we are at the end. Yeah, that's it. This is our strategy. This is what I wanted to show you, and this is how I wanted to start molding your thinking into where this is going to go. If you want to just stay with MPA, great, go for it. Wait it out. But I am feeling a little more anxious, I think, about starting my money-making endeavors now. So I am ready to, add new friends to my circle, buy new plane tickets, whatever metaphor I'm going to use today, whatever analogy I have. But that's what we're doing. So please come on, ask me many, many more questions, and let's get this started. Have a great, great day. Bye. Oh, let me learn how to hang up. Bye.